Good morning students. So, I have brought in front of you our problem of minimization in LPP, and the last day we had learned how to maximize, how to formulate a maximization problem. Today we will learn how to formulate a minimization problem in LPP. Okay. So, this sum I have taken up in which a person requires 10, 12 and 12 units of chemicals A, B and C respectively. That means this is our requirements. This gives a limitation, right? Either it will be our requires means, that means it will be our minimum requirement. That means whatever constraint we follow, whatever conditions will be given over here in the question, it has to be either greater or equals to 10, because we cannot afford to buy anything or produce anything. Let us see what's the problem is all about. We cannot afford to do anything which will be less than 10, 12 and 12 units. This sets a limitation for us. Okay. So, this gives also you a hint that these are going to be our 3 constraints. So, now next line, let us move on. A liquid product contains 5, 2 and 1 units of A, B and C. So, what we know that our requirements of 10, 12 and 12 units will be fulfilled by one liquid product which contains 5, 2 and 1 units of product A, chemical B and chemical C respectively. Similarly, a dye product also contains 1, 2 and 4 units of the chemicals A, B and C per carton. So, if you buy, that means what? This gives you a hint that this will lead to the formulation of the functions of the constraints. Okay. So, 2 types of products are involved here, one is liquid and one is dry, and they contains our requirements of the chemicals that the person needs. Alright. Let us see what is written further. If the liquid product is sold for rupees 3 per jar, that means the cost of the liquid product for the person is given, and the dry product is sold for rupees 2 per carton, that means this is the cost for the person for buying the dry product. How many units of each product should be purchased in order to minimize the cost, in order to meet the requirements. So, our decision variables here will be 2, one will be for the liquid product and one will be for the dry product. So, what we write? We write like, let x1 and x2 be the number of units of liquid and dry products. So, we suppose we are assuming that x1 and x2 units or x1 jars and x2 carton will be required to in order to fulfill our necessities, and let this be the number of units of the liquid and the dry product. So, what will be our objective function? Our objective function would be to minimize the cost of buying the product. So, what will be the cost for the person if he plans to buy the liquid products? It will be, see, it is given as rupees 3 per jar for the liquid one, and the dry product is for rupees 2 per carton, that means per unit we can say. So, we are considering x1 and x2 units of liquid and dry products, and per carton or per unit of x1 had a price of 3. So, it becomes the cost for the person, and similarly 2 per carton per unit was given, per carton was given. So, we that means for the total number of carton that we will be purchasing or the person will be purchasing will cost him 2 into x1. So, the objective would be to minimize this particular function, cost function. Now, what will be our constraints? We know that one limitation has been set, that we cannot buy any unit which will be less than 10, 12 and 12 in units of chemical A, chemical B and chemical C. So, what we do is, we first try to see that how much units is contained in the liquid and the dry products respectively. Let us see. So, it is mentioned that the liquid product contains 5, 2 and 1 units of A, B and C. So, it gives you the function that 5 units for 5 units of the liquid product will be satisfying the number of units of the chemical A. So, that means if chemical A's requirements was 10 units, right, minimum 10 units, that means from the liquid product it will accumulate 5 units, and the dry product it will accumulate 1 unit. You can see here, see a liquid product contains 5 for A, right, and the dry product contains 1 for A. So, 5 plus 1, so 5x, x1 means the liquid product, x2 means the dry product. 5x1 plus 1x2 will have to be minimum 10 units, otherwise 10 units of the chemical A, otherwise your requirement will not be fulfilled. Similarly, we will take for the second one, that is B, chemical B. What is the figures given? It is given 2 unit for liquid product and 2 unit for the dry product. So, we will write 2x1 plus 2x2 greater or equals to 12. Similarly, for the third one it is mentioned 1 unit of C and 4 units for C. So, we will again take 1x1 plus 4x2, that has to be greater or equals to 12. That comes from the first line where our requirements were given. Finally, we will write the LPP as minimize Z equals to 3x1 plus 2x2, that is the cost that has to be subjected to the constraints 5x1 plus x2 greater or equals to 10, 2x1 plus 2x2 greater or equals to 12, and x1 plus 4x2 greater or equals to 12 again. So, that is it, that is how you formulate a minimization problem. It is very easy if you go step by step, otherwise you will mess up that which are the constraints and which are the variables. So, you have to be precisely select the variables and precisely think about the constraints, then you can easily formulate the problem of LPP. Thank you.